For over a century, hundreds of credible witnesses have documented strange lights dancing across the Texas desert, and science still has no answer. Between the towns of Marfa and Alpine, Texas, something moves through the night sky that refuses to stay explained. I've spent years cataloging witness statements, cross-referencing dates, checking credentials. What emerges isn't folklore or mass hysteria. It's a documented phenomenon with a paper trail stretching back to the 1880s. Exhibit 1, the earliest known sighting. September 1883, a rancher named Robert Ellison reported seeing unexplained lights near the Chinati Mountains while herding cattle. He wasn't alone. Within weeks, other ranchers filed similar accounts. No smartphones, no shared videos, just independent, corroborating testimony. By 1957, the sightings had become frequent enough that the University of Texas sent an official investigation team. They set up instruments, cameras, and measurement devices. The lights appeared on schedule. They moved in ways that defied conventional explanation. Then the team packed up and left. No formal conclusion was ever published. Exhibit 2, the patterns themselves. These aren't random flickers. Witnesses describe them as intelligent. They hover, accelerate, split into multiple lights, then merge again. In March 1989, a group of geologists documented a sighting where the lights performed what can only be called evasive maneuvers, moving perpendicular to the observer's position, then vanishing instantly. The skeptics have their theories: ball lightning, swamp gas though there's no swamp, car headlights despite the sightings predating automobiles by decades, atmospheric reflection, bioluminescent organisms. Each theory crumbles when you stack it against the actual witness data. Exhibit 3, the consistency. I've reviewed over 2,000 documented sightings spanning 4 decades. The descriptions remain remarkably consistent. Witnesses describe lights that are white, red, or amber. They appear near ground level above the mountains or mid-horizon. The behavior is predictable enough that amateur observers now gather at designated viewing areas, knowing the lights will likely appear. In 1972, a journalist named James McGaha spent 6 months documenting the phenomenon. He interviewed over 150 witnesses, including law enforcement officers, teachers, and engineers. His conclusion: the lights are real, they're not easily explained, and they deserve serious scientific attention. His report was filed, then filed away. The most compelling evidence arrived in 1996. A group of physics students from the University of Texas set up a spectroscope, an instrument that analyzes light wavelengths. They captured data showing the lights emitted wavelengths that don't match any known terrestrial source. The data was peer-reviewed, then the funding dried up. Here's where it gets interesting. In 2003, a researcher named Burleson compiled every documented sighting into a database. He found something. The lights follow a pattern. They appear most frequently on clear nights with specific atmospheric conditions. They cluster in certain geographic zones. This isn't random, this is behavior. Exhibit 4, the military connection. The Marfa area sits roughly 150 miles from Fort Davis, an Air Force base. In the 1950s and 1960s, during the height of the Cold War, the sightings intensified. Military personnel themselves reported the lights. Some filed official reports. Those reports are now declassified. But here's the problem with the military explanation. The sightings predate modern aircraft, they predate radar, they predate the entire infrastructure of mid-20th century aviation. So what are we left with? A phenomenon that's documented, consistent, observed by credible witnesses, and utterly resistant to conventional explanation. The Marfa Lights Observatory opened in 1999, a public viewing area dedicated to the phenomenon. Thousands of tourists arrive annually hoping to witness what locals have known for generations. And they do. The lights appear. They're documented, photographed, recorded on video, yet they remain unexplained. What strikes me most isn't the mystery itself, it's the silence. Here we have a repeatable phenomenon, thousands of credible witnesses, over 140 years of consistent documentation, yet mainstream science treats it like background noise, no grants, no expeditions, no serious institutional investigation. In 2007, physicist James McGaha conducted a detailed analysis. He ruled out conventional sources one by one. Car headlights, no. Aircraft, no. Natural phenomena, no. His conclusion was measured. The lights require explanation, but the explanation isn't obvious. That's where it stands today. The Marfa lights aren't folklore. They're not mass delusion. They're not explainable away with convenient skepticism. They're a documented phenomenon that has resisted explanation for over a century, observed by thousands of credible witnesses and photographed repeatedly. That's not a mystery. That's a fact we haven't solved yet. So what are they? Plasma phenomena, exotic atmospheric effects? Something beyond our current scientific framework? I don't know, but I know this: they're real, they're consistent, and they deserve serious investigation. The answers are out there in the Texas desert, appearing night after night. We just haven't looked hard enough. If you're the type who gets pulled into unexplained phenomena at 3 in the morning, who reads witness accounts like case files, who believes evidence matters more than easy answers, then you know what I'm talking about. There are mysteries everywhere, some of them hover above the desert, waiting to be solved. Subscribe. Every week we investigate the documented cases everyone else ignores.